Hello everyone, welcome back to Prince Nikki's channel. Thank you for joining us today. Today we're on day 7 of the time when Prince was on the ground. It's been a hectic few
Oh
days.
it's been
a very busy time while Prince was there. Lots of different tasks to coordinate, moving from room to room, checking and double checking things, but I think he's doing great so far. We just wanted to bring you a bit of a night vision of the neighbourhood.
welcome to the neighborhood. I think it's been a roller coaster, wasn't it? Because it's get to side from 7, don't leave till about 8:30, 9. So it's been very hectic. Just try to coordinate everybody, every trade, explain to them what needs to be done. You cannot sit down.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we've learned over the time of doing construction is particularly being there on the ground in Ghana for specific tasks. You can build from afar with a construction company oversight and site engineers in various trades, but there's certain tasks that you benefit from being there to have a look at.
I feel largely because if in terms of the finishes, if you're talking about in the West, even the way to lay your tiles is drawn for you. How thick the mortar it be is specified for you. Everything is specified, but we haven't got to that level of granularity back home. So there are certain elements whereby you in charge, you need to be there to specify exactly what you want. Otherwise, people will just do what they usually do and might not be specifically what you want. So yeah, it was quite a hectic. Came to a point where I was telling people is my our house become a
Tester.
a tester, guinea pig, showing people how
Yeah.
to do stuff correctly.
And it's not our first tester. We have built another home in the village in Ghana, so it's the second one. But I think one of the things over the period is that we come to realise that you have the person that you employ, but they do have obviously their boys, and you have to really be on them all the time, making sure that they're checking their boys' work. And that goes for all various trades across the land. You've got to keep checking whatever it is, unless you have obviously your trusted team. Like as the time's gone on, we've got our carpenters, we've got our steel benders, we've got our masons. So we build that portfolio up, but you just have to always check again with things.
I think it's a supervision where in my experiences, most people don't understand why the boss needs to be there. The person who is supervising the work needs to be there at all times. But what I've learned is, particularly when it comes to the different trades, the finishing stage, is that the person who takes the job come and show the guys and goes. So you are there having to tell people exactly how things will be done, not to cut corners, and it's just that it's relentless. Trying to just say, okay, where is your boss? He's coming. Do you have his? He's coming. The boss is never coming.
In the beginning, yes. In the end, obviously, people get to know what your standards are, and obviously insisting the boss is there. Another thing that I learned from this house, from our house that we built previously in the village, is choosing your tiles carefully. I think from experience and I still see it now online, when you're buying particular tiles, some people have a tendency to try and make patterns where patterns don't need to be. So you just got to try and be careful on what you're picking. And also things like mosaic and stuff, the tiles are complex tiles, so if you're wanting a specific finish, you have to find the right people.
Yeah, so back to the video. So this is Monday morning, which I'll say day 7, but actually working day 6. The guys just began setting the tiles here. It's very important that they plan how the tiles is gonna go. What you don't want is to just lay the tiles and you go a piece at the other end which you don't want. So there was a careful planning. I think that the guy in the gym is very good guy. He came and he planned all the rooms up here. He planned how every single task needs to go due to calculation. And I think when they lay, you'll be left with a piece of a tile, a And then they said, we'll put the pieces. I said, no, that won't look right. So we decided to do the piece whereby there is a piece, the wider piece is cut to both. So there's two full tiles, and then two, I think it was about 1 foot or so to each of the sides. So we really plan them.
Yeah, so basically what you're looking at, this is the widest part of the hallway. So you'll have a full tile and then a smaller one on either side, which worked out better when you then turned into the L shape of the landing. So it was all careful consideration.
Yes, it's important to plan so that you don't end up with a piece of a tile just at one end of the room. Otherwise, it will not look good. So back to the external, and the paver is just spreading quarry dust, and the guys down there will begin digging the hole to do the drainage for the Accra drain. If you remember in our first video on the finishings, we had some crate drainage, crate attenuation, what you can see on the screen now, put in the ground. So all our surface water and also from the roof all goes in there. And the whole plan is that we don't increase the water to the ground, into the road in front of us, because we haven't got gutters, the road is not paved, so all the rain and the water from our house stays within our compound and go into the drain.
I think it's really important that everyone just tries to do their bit in terms of water, because everyone knows what water and flooding's like.
yeah, and I think it's raining. It's good to see how the system works. Nothing is leaving the house into the road, which is very good.
Anytime it rains, I go on the CCTV to check if there's any ponding or anything. And I've become a bit obsessed with checking my grass, because you'll see later on in some of the videos we laid grass seed, and it's really nice to see it's all took now. It's much greener. For those of you who are saying it's too much concrete, I can assure you we've got lots of trees and now we have lots of green grass. So we're getting there, but as you know, with building, sometimes you end up taking up any of the greenery that you do have, or some of the trees are in the wrong place, but we're getting there slowly.
Yeah, I think it's the whole idea. I think as is in the West, where you do a new development, you don't want to increase the flood risk of the area. And so if everyone that is building around in Ghana are thinking about the flood risk, that where you build was a bush, there was a topsoil that it rains, it contains the rain. But if you begin to pave those areas, where does the rain go? It goes into the road. And I think about 90% of the areas, there's no gutters.
It's about responsibility. It's okay saying I'll just chuck the water out and then I'm on a bit of a slope, so it'll go further down. But you just have to be responsible for your neighbours and the whole neighbourhood, really. Yeah.
And what you can see the guy doing here, what I didn't actually know when you're installing these doors, what the door installer says a foreign door, is that when you install the tile, you need to leave one of the frame where the door opens without a tile, because that is what he will use to finally set the door. And the guy didn't like that because they just want to lay the tiles and go, but he was insisting, no, you got to leave that piece, cut it, but don't install it until he comes and set the door frame perfectly before you can do it.
Yeah, the door guy, I would say the door guy is one of our keepers, isn't he? He's really good. He knows the knowledge, but even the articulation of the workmanship is really good. So it's definitely on our books.
I think it's good. It's just like every trade. We got a carpenter, but that carpenter is not a finishing carpenter. So you need to get the right people.
We did say, didn't we, that we didn't want an external carpenter to do the finishing.
He can install the door, but this guy, he's installed chest doors, and he knows working with the tilers. I think it's expensive when you get someone there
specialist,
working with the tilers, making sure everything is good. It's expensive, but you get the output of what you want.
And what I always like is when you get people that will be honest and say to you, I can do kitchen, I fit kitchens, however I stopped fitting kitchens because I wanted to focus on doors. That's honesty, and I'd prefer that than getting someone that will try to install a kitchen, for example. So I think it's good to have specialists in all areas, whether that be wardrobes or your internals. You're looking for specialists, really.
Yeah. So our Aqua drain is coming along. I think it's you can see me earlier. I was using the breaker myself because it's around 2 o'clock here, and we need to install this, re-pull the gate back, and also what we're doing here, we're raising the gate. The gate is coming up about 2 inches more because of the concrete paving that we gone for. So what I find is, if you want something to be done, you need to be doing it yourself, because
Prince is like the master that just tells everyone, come on, time. He's on everyone constantly. So he's find that just getting stuck in. But I think that's just generally what we do, isn't it? We like to get hands on with things anyway.
Yeah. So this is where, what you can see here, this is where all our water, all our wastewater goes into the main drains that goes all the way to Tema. So that there is a public, not the public, the community came together, do a sewer, but you don't, your solids and stuff doesn't go, it's only wastewater. So that's what I was showing just there, how we did that. So
I think we're lucky, really. We've got Ghana water, then we've got the sewerage and the electricity, so I think we're really blessed in that sense.
Yeah. So I think it's also, what I find out is you trying to protect your tiles. You want no scratches, but they don't care.
If you watched a few videos before, you saw that we'd shipped the Accras, we'd shipped all this tile covering, which this covering and shipping alone was very expensive.
It's expensive.
I think it was like £700.
£750 for the shipping alone, for the
just to ship them in the crates.
And the crates. So
I think the way they're moving around constantly and stuff, it was hard to keep it covered at that stage. But we worked from top down, and then once they're finished, then the whole floors get covered.
Yeah, it's expensive, but I think it's something you need if you want to protect your tiles or your finishes. So yeah, but I think by the end of the second day, I've just give up, because I find out that there's nothing I could do other than to wait for them to completely finish. Then you pull your covering down.
Yeah, that's the only way, really. I think it's as well, we had so many different trades up and down, the doors, the tiles. We had electricians coming in. We had, lots of different people coming up and down, and it's quite hard to manage it. So we did it top to down, so the tiles, eventually less people were walking in the upstairs.
Yeah, and also I think it's because the changes we were doing in the bathrooms, there were a lot of things that were happening. There were a lot. I think everyone that works on this project was there when I was there for the 2 weeks period, because there were things that needed to be done in a certain way. For example, the lighting in the kitchen, the lighting arrangement, the way we want just a false gang switch to control all the lighting, as we go here. Mm-hmm. Then when I went, me and Richard was trying to turn light off one evening. We were trying to find which switch which one on. So
yeah, it's really important to check things and check again and make those amendments. And I think that's why Prince insists on doing certain tasks in like a bulk few weeks, because then you're there, you get things done, and then you continue.
Yeah, so here we're just having our central water heater installed now, and I think it's because we didn't want individual water heater in each of the bathrooms. I think they are ugly, and also secondly, it's not molding. I think he's laughing at me because I said they're ugly. It's not molding.
No, I think a fair few people have commented the same thing, that they would like us to do a video on the outdoor units and the ACs and stuff. And I think once we've completed posting these, we'll put a compilation of all those parts together and just discuss to you how we went about it and what that whole package looks like, because it's true, externally you don't want too many units around, and it's actually quite efficient, isn't it, the product?
Yeah, so back to the Aqua drain. Here it's the water test time, just to make sure everything is as it is for the final connection. Then it gets set in motor, so we're just making sure the level, everything is what it is. We're running out of daylight here. I think I'm becoming to worry that we might not be able to get this gate on tonight because I don't want to have this place.
It was actually
open.
finished in the dark, wasn't it?
It is, because at this point you got all your VRF system in the house, very expensive.
All your
Kids,
electrics, all your tiles, all your
there.
deliveries.
And can you imagine in the night you couldn't lock this? You left and these guys are sleeping and somebody's coming for a lorry to pick everything away. So it was hard.
I think you would have put the car in front and slept in it, wouldn't you?
So I think it's testing is very, very important, making sure the levels are right. And also I think it's big thank you to all the guys who work with us, because I think it's making sure things are that certain way where people are not used to. Sometimes you can be like you are a bit demanding, but I think it's because, for example, they've not installed this drain before, so I got to say this is how you set it, this is how it needs to be done, but they pick it up very, very quickly. And
they're quite attention to detail as well. I think because they've worked with us for coming up to 3 years next.
Yeah,
they kind of know what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, so back to the room. This is just me just having an inspection of the rework the guy has done to the profile lighting, and I'm happy with what it is now. Fantastic. This is what it should be. If you watched the earlier video, I was talking about the way the profile was installed. It was recessed into it, which wasn't exactly what it should be. So I have them redo it, and he just finished doing the Andre, and it's just perfect as it is. Yeah, so you can see now we bet the Accra drain in mortar, and then Pate, one of our big hard workers, isn't it? Pate.
Yeah.
Nikki just laughs his laughs.
Yeah, Pate, if you're watching this video, I love your workmanship and I love your laugh.
Yeah. So I think it's getting dark. The panic mode setting. We need to get it. The gates. The guys are holding the gates here. We need to have these gates on. And I think we did have the gates on, but what happened that night is that the rollers at the top, because we got this curve, whatever your design, what you call your design.
It's just a curved design at the top.
So you cannot have the roller need to be on a post. It cannot be on the gate, as typically if it's a flat gate at the top, the roller is at the top. So we managed to get it on. It's locked. So the following day, the guys have to come. There is some adjustment need to do. We have to change the rollers because they were not fast as it is. But yeah, we
managed
able
to secure for the night.
Yeah, we managed. I think it's, as you see in the next clip, is it came to a point trying to secure his work. The power keep going off. You have everybody there, the electrician. Anytime the guys try the power, the extension that they made, I think our people are very resourceful because they just use a cable, do this extension that they take along, and the extension cord was playing out, it won't work.
We got it on in the end.
Yeah.
So it was a very long day. Obviously, we had the tiles ongoing, the gates, the acros, we had the paving to be completed. So there was lots of different things going on. And as Prince said, he was running around trying to kind of manage and pick up on any snagging that needed to be done. But we got there in the end, and obviously it's planning for the next day. And we're really lucky because the guys do long days as well. They know that our target for each time we're on the ground, and we are lucky that they'll do those long days to get things done.
Yeah, this is where my light issue is here. The power didn't want to work for the final to secure the gate. But I think, as Nikki said, a big thank you to all the guys. They come, they are there by 7:30, and start working by 8, and they don't finish until late. And thank everybody that was involved, the electricians, the pavers, the tilers, everybody that was there, they did their maximum best, because I was just there for a short period of time, and there were certain things I wanted to be done before I leave. So yeah, a big thank you to
Yes, because Prince is determined that when we're there, we're staying in the house.
you. Are I love there is a bed or no, there is tile on, get your mosquito net.
Yeah, we're staying in the house by the time we come. So no matter what, we're staying. So no more Airbnb and moving around hotels.
Yeah.
We just want to move into the house now. So that would be nice. But yeah, I think I'm happy with how things are coming along. If you have been watching our journey and this particular phase where Prince has been there, let us know down below in the comments what you're thinking. Do you like the tiles? How do you find that things are coming together? It has been an interesting journey. For those of you who have watched us right from the start, when we had the land, it's been a blessing to share the journey with you, and I do know that it obviously helps people that are preparing. So I just want to say thank you for that, and stick with us.
Yeah, and thank you. I think it's, as you see, the next video will be, I took a day out which I went to visit one of our projects, so I'll share with you the updates in the next video too. But this day is around 8 o'clock now, and I just wanted to make sure our central water heater is installed, then the following day to do the commissioning. So I think after they're here, I just run up to make sure the guys have hung it off the wall, the connections is all done, because it's very that was I think I got things on my list that I was ticking off. Yeah, this is done, this is done, this is done. So when I went up, and then the boiler was hung over there, I just said, once it's hung, don't bother about commissioning it that night. Let's come out the following day, because you need the internet in order to do the commissioning. So everything was done. We had hot water everywhere you needed it. So it was just fantastic that it was done. The following day, it was a commissioning. When we come to the next video, so I'll talk to you about the challenges we have trying to commission something that is solely online, because this is a Wi-Fi version, so it's solely online. You control everything on the app. But so far so good. The progress.
I managed to get you to go home then in the end.
Yes, yeah.
I think when Prince is there on his own, he certainly goes for it. He does long days and tries to get things done. He gets home and video calls me, and his eyes are red and he's tired, and I'm like, will you please slow down?
Yeah, I think it's just because you're there for a short period of time, you just want to keep pushing. But yeah, I think it's for what we achieve, as you will see in the coming videos. Yeah, it was a great, fantastic 2 weeks that was there, and thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next video.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.